I never realised, but I just had a Guinness at PJ's. I basically just want to get away and have a bit of a walk, work off the fat, and I was just sitting in PJ's, in a different part of the bar in Italy where I usually go because there's someone sitting where I normally sit, and I noticed there were people playing pool. I could hear pool balls. I never even knew they had pool tables there. It was very strange. I mean, going to the place for a long time and I was never aware of that. I think what's happened is that because they've got new management, they might have actually left the door open, because there was always a door there before and I thought it just had food service through that area, but they've actually got pool tables. And of course you have to pay to use them, so it's not like Asia where you get them for free. Well, depends where you go. They're not necessarily free. Sometimes you basically have to buy a ladies' drink to get someone to play with you. But if you just want to play with a friend, you can do it for free, that's for sure. But here I think she said, because I asked the barmaid about it, and I asked how long you had the pool tables, and said, oh, for years. And I think she said it was about $21 or something to actually play on the tables. I mean, you know, it's an expensive country, Australia. I didn't think it was that bad. I might have got that wrong. But yeah, you have to pay to actually play, and some people were playing pool. I've never seen it before. Maybe it mainly happens at night, because I always drink there before it gets dark, you know. So that was interesting. Got over the main part of the pre-trip traumas. Got the okay medically on Thursday, as I mentioned in a previous video, and on top of that, on Friday I finally got my visa on arrival letter. And you have to have a letter that you hand over to an official behind a counter in the airport, and it actually states that you have permission to fly to be in Vietnam from the Ministry of Immigration, I guess it is, and for the period of time you're there. And just giving you details like your passport number and your date of birth and what have you. And so I finally got that letter, and I just got to do a print off of it, and I hand it to the official when I'm at the airport. You can't fly to Vietnam without it anyway, because they'll check at international check-in in Sydney, where I'm going to take the long haul flight. They will check to make sure I've got that paperwork before I get on board, which is fair enough, because I think they're obliged to take you back if there's a problem like that, if immigration knock you back. So it's in their own interests, obviously, to make sure that you have all the bona fides before you leave. So I've got that. I've got my little passport photos, and I'll print out the passport, the visa application form as well, where you've got to put your photo on, and all ready to go. So that was a relief. So basically everything's out of the way now. I've got no problems with the trip. I'm definitely going, so that feels a lot better, feeling a hell of a lot more relaxed, because I do stress out a little bit before I actually travel overseas these days, and it's irrational, but because I've done it many times. But I was a little freaking out a little about the letter, because they normally get it to me before the time that they're promising to deliver it, but this time it was actually on that date. As a matter of fact, I don't even know if I would have got it unless I'd actually emailed them, and I used my secondary email too to contact them, but they didn't send it to my primary email address, which is a bit strange. So I'm not quite sure what's going on with that mob. I don't know if I'd use them again, because they're not the cheapest anyway. I thought they were quite reliable, and that's why I wanted to use them, but I don't know if they're that great. And they didn't even acknowledge my my letter, the email I'd sent them. They just basically sent the details through that I needed, which is, you know, the most important thing. But yeah, customer service is not brilliant. So there's plenty of agencies that provide that service, and if you go over, I think it's 30 days, then you have to get a visa on arrival, unless you actually arrange it through an embassy, which costs more anyway, and means you've got to send your passport through the mail. I just don't like doing that, so I prefer to if you want a 3-month visa, which is what I've got, then you have to use visa on arrival. But you know, it's all okay. It costs a little bit more, only marginally more, but it's not too bad. So the only major hassle with visa on arrival is I've got my luggage waiting downstairs to be collected, my checked luggage, and you're delayed because you've got to go to an extra counter rather than just going straight through immigration to get to your luggage. So that's the only hassle, but I've never had anything nicked so far, so fingers crossed that won't be the case. Not that it's super valuable stuff in the suitcase anyway, but yeah, anyway. It's a lot nicer weather now, a bit of a breeze today. It's yeah, it's not bad, no complaints. That was a shocker on Thursday, 37 degrees. Oh boy, that hurt. This is typical of here. I'm just walking across the road on a Saturday afternoon, the main road, which is the Sheridan Street, and there's no traffic on this side. Please consider subscribing to my channel if you think there's anything there of use to you, or entertainment or whatever, and either do that or give me a thumbs up, or if you're feeling really energetic, do both. That'd be great. But please don't ignore me. That's the worst thing you can do on YouTube, is be ignored.